Alright, so here's a little garden update here. It's about the middle of June now, and we had a pretty big, windy, heavy rain yesterday, which was desperately needed because it really hasn't rained for a long time. So let me just give you a quick poke around where the garden is. It's been a pretty productive garden this year. Had lots of things. Let's see, let's start to here. So the herbs, as you can see, have grown and overgrown. So I got to cut those back. I mean, they even went to flower to some degree because it gets so hot. But the oregano, thyme, basil, dill, it's all, kind of grown there quite a bit. Even some new basil and dill growing very well. And I think that rain yesterday is going to help out quite a bit. I planted some new white eggplant here, and hopefully they're going to grow. You can see that they're still little plants, but hopefully we can make sure they don't get eaten by bugs and can take care of them. This is a cantaloupe that I planted, and it's growing very well here. It's going to start to trellis all over, so we'll let that go and see what it can do. As we move around this side here, you can see that the flowers are doing okay. We've planted different flowers and they seem to be still alive, kind of doing their thing, which is good. The mulberry tree is really growing. Have to kind of prune that so it doesn't, so it keeps growing bigger. I don't want it to freeze over the winter. On this side, the gooseberries and blueberry plants have really kind of started to pick up and thrive. I'm glad to see those actually doing something this year rather than just getting a disease and die. So they're doing fine. Lots of plants here, lots of flowers. I need to put some mulch down in between the flower beds. I've been trying to grow some cuttings from my blackberry tree, but I don't know. I watered them and all that, but the sticks just died there. I might have to try it again, see what I'm doing wrong. The original artichoke plant is kind of like at its end, making flowers, and then the plant's dying back, but there's replacements there that are going to take over, which is nice to see for next year. The fig tree does have figs on it, as you can see. It got a nice soaking rain, so that's a good thing. My banana tree, dwarf banana tree, is growing, so that's nice too. Kind of moving around here. This is some Swiss chard that's growing. It's ready to be picked, so we'll be eating some Swiss chard here fairly soon. The goji berries have kind of flowered and started to make little goji berries, so that's not bad. I thought the plants were kind of done for, but they seem to pick back up. I need to trim them though, and kind of keep them going. I had a rogue watermelon plant in here from a seed last year, and see, there's a watermelon, so we'll see if we can protect that and keep it going. Here's some space for some more stuff that I'll plant. The cardoon is about had it. It's got the nice flowers, and that's been nice. The peppers are doing really well. It's time to harvest a lot of peppers, so you can see that we've got all sorts here. Wow, oh geez, look at that Hungarian one. Over the rain, I guess it swelled up. But lots of Hungarian wax, the shishitos, the jalapenos back there are growing. The yellow cayennes need picking, so it's time to harvest those for sure, and then string them up so that they don't tip over. It's time to do that. Here's another rogue cantaloupe here that I'm letting go, just see what it does. The raspberries are doing well. They're starting to get big, and I need to tie them up too because the rain made them tip all over. I need to support the canes. The tomato plants over here are doing really well too. You can see that they're tall now, which is really great. And they've made lots of tomatoes, and they got green tomatoes and red tomatoes. And ooh, there's that one I've been waiting to pick there. Look how big those are back there. And I got to cut back the dead leaves and see what they do. The cucumber plant here, just crazy tall and big. I mean, sometimes they grow well, sometimes the bugs get them, but it's crazy how big this one is and how many cucumber it's produced. You can see it's getting wild and going all over. Blackberries are getting towards the end of their days here, so I'll be cutting those back and preparing them. Some beans, some other peppers and eggplants. It needs to be strung up. It's so spindly there. But now that the rain's gone, I can get back here and do a little work. Maybe I can take some of the cuttings from some of these and see if I can't propagate them for next year. You know, I might get lucky here and be able to do that. The sweet potatoes are starting to vine up, and I'm trying to trellis them up to go that way on the fence and not this way towards everything else. So things are going well here. Like I say, these blackberries were great. They're big, but they got the thorns, and I can't have the thorns, so these I'm going to dig up. And the other thing, like I said before, is that you can't get to the other side of the blackberries. The blackberries here, you can go around and pick them all, right? But blackberries up against the fence, you can't get to that side without, you know, killing yourself. So really, it might make better sense to take the blackberry plants on this and put them here, and then the vegetables can be on that side. I'm thinking of, you know, rearranging things. It never ends. All right, let me stop here and then I'll show you the rest of the garden.